People spend enormous amounts of money and effort to climb high-altitude peaks. They willingly endure freezing temperatures, cross dangerous terrain, and risk physical exhaustion, all for the chance to stand high above the world. Contemporary outdoor culture describes this specific brand of physical struggle as freedom, peace, and adventure. Yet, for almost all of human history, entering these environments voluntarily was considered madness. Early civilizations avoided high elevations whenever possible. The physical rock and the violent weather of the mountains never changed. To understand how we moved from avoidance to pursuit, we have to look at how we redefined what it means to be in the wild. Before modern synthetic gear and weather tracking, mountains were strictly hostile. Food was scarce at elevation and travel was dangerous. Avalanches, falling rock, and sudden storms killed people easily. Humans naturally fear environments where survival is uncertain. Because mountain weather was unpredictable and beyond control, early cultures often characterized peaks as the home of hostile spirits or gods. This established the psychological baseline for centuries. The deep wilderness was a place of death, while civilization represented safety. This relationship shifted during the 18th and 19th centuries, when the Industrial Revolution moved massive populations away from nature. People were suddenly confined inside dense urban centers, defined by factory smoke and mechanical noise. The Romantic movement emerged as a rebellion by artists and poets against this new, artificial city life. They began looking for environments that felt untouched by the rigid systems of the city. Landscape painters helped rebrand the wilderness. They depicted jagged, storm-covered peaks using soft, atmospheric lighting, portraying mountains as majestic and emotionally restorative rather than cursed. Philosophers like Rousseau built upon this imagery, suggesting that wild nature could heal the human spirit. The danger of the mountains was recast as a profound emotional reprieve. This created a new cultural dynamic. For the first time, people began viewing the deep wilderness as an escape from society, rather than a place society was built to escape from. Soon, scientists and early explorers started packing rudimentary ropes and thick wool clothing to intentionally climb these peaks. They sought prestige and discovery in environments their ancestors actively fled. Publicized expeditions up iconic European mountains like the Matterhorn turned these peaks into arenas for human ambition and endurance. This follows effort justification. As physical effort scales upward, the brain attaches much deeper emotional value to the result. Extreme alpine conditions act as a catalyst. Surviving cold, fear, and exhaustion becomes a form of spiritual transcendence. As these explorers survived freezing nights at high altitudes, the perceived impossibility of the mountains slowly faded. The climbing community adopted the mindset that hardship was the beauty. The cold and the fatigue became inseparable from the summit. The invention of mountaineering proved that humans could use their own physical suffering to create a sense of deep personal meaning. Today, psychologists look at this through the lens of awe. Awe is a specific neurological state triggered when the brain attempts to process something vastly larger than its normal daily frameworks. The verticality and physical scale of a mountain horizon immediately create a visceral feeling of smallness. It forces the brain to shift its perspective. This reaction reduces self-focus. It quiets internal anxieties and builds an immediate sense of connection to a larger physical universe. This neurological silencing of the ego explains why many religions and cultures have historically placed spiritual significance on high altitudes. We live in a world defined by digital abstraction and social connectivity. Mountains are the opposite: slow, ancient, and unchanging rock. The rapid growth of outdoor culture reveals a search for environments governed by physical rules. Gravity matters, weather matters, the physical body matters. There is a sense of liberation standing before a landscape indifferent to social status, deadlines, and digital metrics. Nature responds only to reality. Standing on a ridgeline does not solve modern problems, but it forces us to see our anxieties against a much larger scale. We do not love the mountains today because the peaks became gentler. We climb them because modern life makes us crave the silence and scale they provide.
For more content like this, like and subscribe to our channel.